Hi everyone and happy Monday. It is planner time and we have this very detailed page actually. This is from Johanna's Christmas, and you may, if you've got the book, you may have noticed that on the back of every page there is a bonus sort of picture, and it's either this one or some sort of holly and ivy, I think. And I don't normally colour this one because it's printed in a slightly faded manner in the book, I'm not sure, but now we've got a nice bold one that we can colour. There is a bit of a repeating pattern going on in here, so this gift here is repeated here and this one's here, so it sort of repeats from about here and going downwards is similar. Like, these two look like the same but reversed, as do those, so there's something going on, but I thought I might just start at the top, work through them all really, and not necessarily take any notice of the repeating pattern. I think that's enough talking without colouring. I mean, if I just stopped talking, that'd be a surprise, wouldn't it? So I'm going to put this much in shot. I've got my Black Widow's pencils. Now the reason I picked those, it's got a nice range of reds, nice range of greens, other colours in between, so we've got a lot going on with those, so we can so we've got a lot of choice, and it's a huge set because I've got all of them. If you don't have them, colour along with something else if you want to. It doesn't matter too much. I'm going to actually start right up in this corner. We've got this here, but I'm going to find the repeat of this one, which is here out of shot. It's this little gift here. So it's got stripy paper and a little bow, so we can see, if we look up here, whoops, we can see a bit of the stripy paper and a bit of the bow. So I'm just going to get us warmed up by just colouring this one. So what should we start? We could do green stripes. So I'm going to grab my fang green, if I can find it. I think it's that one. No, that's the opal. Oh, I think that's the fang green. Yeah, there's the fang green. So it's a dark green, so you can just use any dark green. And we've got this little tiny corner piece to do, so I'm going to have to give it a good sharpen. So right down here and here. Now if you do want to do them the same, then you could find all the other ones that are like this. So there's part of one here, and then the ones further down. There's quite a few actually that look like this, and colour them. But as I say, I'm not going to do that. I just want a big random mix of different colours and things. So I'm going to use the sapphire next. I think that's it there, yeah, for the other stripe. Here it is, sapphire. Now I'm not worrying about any sort of shading or shadows on this particular teeny tiny corner box. I'm going to use a red for the bow. What should we use? We use the blood diamond. It's a very good general use red. Sorry, blood red. I picked out the wrong one. It's as good, to be honest. There we go. So we've just done that corner one. It's a bit messy. I'm going to move to this one though. We'll do these half ones as well as we go along. Now we've got a paper with stars on. So I feel that that needs to be in a goldy colour. We've got a colour called Gold Dust. I think that would just work brilliantly. So here it is. Now you could, of course, decide that you want some of your presents in a glitter pen. And these stars would probably look really nice in a gold glitter pen. Whether you do the whole thing, so I had to sharpen in it, or whether you just do the edge of the star, something like that, you know, it would look lovely. But I'm probably not. I'm probably going to just stick with the pencils, I'm thinking. I don't know, I think the reason is it's going to take a really long time to colour all of these anyway, and if I then add glitter here, there and everywhere, it's going to take ages. So I will suggest to you where I think glitter might be good. Like I think down there would be really good in glitter, and then you can decide. Also, might be that you want to make all of the ribbons shiny, and you could do that by putting the clear glitter glue type thing all over them, so they're all shiny. You could do that. Now the background of the box, it's always quite, you sort of think, oh, let's go red because, you know, that's Christmassy. But I'm thinking I'm going to go for a blue, because I think although blue isn't traditionally associated with a Christmas colour, just trying to find the one I want, which I think is in the next section of my horizon blue is what I'm looking for. That's the Starry Night. Oh no, I have to, it is here, Blue Horizon, not Horizon Blue, Blue Horizon. So although blue isn't necessarily associated with Christmas, if you look at your Christmas gifts and the paper and things, there's all sorts of colours in there, and gold and blue I think are always rather nice. You could also use a sort of deep violet, you know, bluey purple colour would look nice too. But I'm just going to mix it all up. I did initially think earlier when I was planning this before lunch, I thought, okay, I'll do every parcel so each one is a different colour. So this one's just all greens and one's just all blues, and one, but I have started immediately and completely forgotten that I was going to do that. So that's not what I'm doing. But it could be what you do. I do think having parcels and their wrapping just in one colour is rather pretty. You could even, if you find this page so daunting because there's so many details and so many different colours to choose, you could do every paper, wrapping paper, in the same green, every ribbon in the same red, then your stars in green, and your holly, leaves, trees in a different shade of green. You could just keep it that simple, and I think it would look lovely, and I'm almost wishing that I'd done that. But never mind, we're going to be doing it this way. The random messy way. So I hope everyone's doing well and looking forward to Christmas. I was actually, it's only the, what date is it today? Actually, we're getting on. It's the 27th of November today. And so it's coming, we're getting there. It's December this weekend. And my neighbour just popped over with a gift for my boys. She said she's not doing Christmas gifts. So she brought them a chocolate advent calendar each instead. I said that's a fantastic idea. She used to get them an advent calendar as well, but because they're adults she doesn't do gifts, and I think that's absolutely fair, because that is what we do in our family too. Once the kids grow up and they're adults, they don't get gifts. So yes, so that was very kind of us. They've got that, and my husband had one from his work, but he can't eat chocolate, so they're gonna share that one too. So and I bought them one, so they're going to be very lucky. They were both very pleased, so that was nice. I'll have to send her a little thank you email soon, I think. So just a little note. I think it's always nice just to show they're grateful. Someone makes the effort to give you something. They used to always moan. I say, someone has made the effort to give you something, you need to thank them. Now, I was just going to do this ribbon in red, but that one's red. So perhaps we'll do it. I'm thinking maybe a dark blue. The zephyr blue is really dark, isn't it? We'll use that, I think. Oh, it's so blunt. But I wrapped some presents yesterday, and it's really early, but I wanted to sort out what I had and you know, work it all out, what I needed to get, so I could so it was easier just to wrap them. So that was fun. No one was here. Oh, it was on a Tuesday. I get an afternoon to myself, and my son actually left a bit early because he Oh, the trains were playing up, so they were all late, so we wanted to get there early. They were late again today, but he still just about managed to get there in time. So I'm doing plain colouring here for this, but I'm going to come in with some black to add a bit of shadow in here because it looks a bit flat and messy. So I had that free time and I thought, right, because my other son said he's beginning to have some cancelled lectures soon because assignments are due or they finished all the teaching and things like that. So I'm like, right, I need to take advantage of the time that I've got to myself to get these jobs done that I like to do on my own. I mean, they're old enough that I can just say, right, I'm going in here to do this, don't come in. You know, it's not, but it's just nice to do it or to not have to bother them with that, you know. So that was a nice job to get done. I'm going to use the Midnight, this black. Any black will do. And I am going to put a darker area here near the knot. Here and here and here. Like that, and a bit there too. And a shadow under there. So put a bit at the end of each. And now I'm going to go back to my Zephyr blue and just go over it again because it's a little bit messy and yeah, I can see more paper through than I would like. There's nothing wrong with showing white paper through, but it just feels a bit messy. So I'm just trying to go over the bits that edge, the bits that I don't like. There we go. That's better. Now also, shadow wise, now I've got my black. Just organise my pencils. I'm going to put a little bit on the actual gift either side of the ribbon and sort of under this bit too, just to make it look like there's a little bit of shadow there. You have to do it for all of it if you start, which is fine with me. There we go. There's our next one. Now we've got this one up here, so I'm going to have a little look down. So it looks a bit old, doesn't it? It's this one here with the candy canes on. Okay, so I'll probably do the candy canes the same for every one because they're candy canes. So I'm grabbing the blood red, which we have used already. I'm going to do that one a bit red and that one a bit red and there. I'm just having to guess. I mean, that's fine, isn't it? Now, the background of the paper, well, are we going to stick to just a limited colour scheme and do that maybe in yellow? Yeah, I think I am. I am going to expand my colours more, like this one will probably be purple, but I'm going to use, like, this is gold dust. When I'm using yellows, I'll use the same yellow every time, or else I'm just going to get such a huge pile of pencils. I mean, it is nice to use all your colours, but on the other hand, I've got to write them all down. Now the ribbon is split into pieces like this one, and we ignored it on this one, but we're not going to on this one. So I'm going to use the sapphire and do the edges. Ooh, there we go. And then the centre bit I'm going to do with our fang green. There we go. If you put your pencil strokes towards the edge of the paper, then you can fill in the space. If you try and go that way, you push the paper upwards and ruin it. Right, this one's going to be purple and lilac. So I'm going to use this space first, if I can find it. There it is. It's really short, this one. No, teeny tiny space. And this time I'm going to make this ribbon look a bit shiny, and I'll show you how to do that. So I'm going to make it really intense here, so colouring over and over, and then start to reduce how much I put down towards here. Now I'm going to do the same here, and then reduce it upwards like this. So it looks like the light's catching it in the middle. I don't know why I haven't got my picture in the middle really. And then this one I'm going to keep lighter because I want to make that bit darker there. Same on this side. And then on the outside a bit darker. Bring those in and make just a light bit there. Like that, and it looks like it's a little bit shiny. It's just a technique that I use from time to time. And I'm going to use the amethyst for the wrapping paper when I can find it. There it is. Amethyst. I'm just going to put down a fairly gentle layer. See, I think purple is beginning to be quite a Christmassy colour. I've seen sort of trees and rooms done in a sort of purpley theme. It's rather nice. There we go. I think I could come in closer, you know. You'll just see how messy it is. Right, now this one, we have a sort of snowflakey design, and I'm thinking that I probably would draw these back on with white pen. So I need to check two things. I need to do a colour that I think snowflakes would sit on top of and look pretty, but also a colour that I can put white pen on top of that doesn't go neon pink, which a few of these do. I have decided that I'd rather like to do a pink. I know snowflakes pink, it might seem a little bit odd, but I think it's going to work. So that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to use a fairly intense pink. So I'm going to use the Maiden pink, which is... is that it? No, there it is. Maiden pink, and I'm going to use it for the whole of that present. Now these presents are all drawn face on, so we don't have to worry about where the colour might be slightly darker or lighter. But if you're doing a present that's a bit more three-dimensional, so you can see the top or you can see more than one side, then you need to have a little think when you're colouring it, that every flat surface would not necessarily be the same intensity of colour, because there would be some, like the top would probably be catching the light, oops, sorry, and therefore be a little bit lighter than the sides, and one side might be a bit darker than the other, if you can imagine you're seeing three sides of it. So it's worth just excuse me, having a think about that when you're colouring them. But a good guide is always to look at a photograph of a present, or look at a square, cube or cuboid that you have in your house and observe how the light falls and what sides are darker than others, so that you can just copy that. I find copying what happens in pictures is good. Do make sure it's a proper picture though, not a drawing or a what am I trying to say, I am trying to look for a really dark pink for the ribbon. I don't really have one. We have a deep purple, a lavender isn't quite what I'm looking for. I think I'm going to use a deep purple. I can find it, there it is. Yeah, so use a picture that you know is a proper photograph. Then you might come across AI images which aren't quite accurate and things like that. So now you could do this ribbon shiny like we did on the purple one, but I'm not going to. I want to keep things different on different ones, just to show you a few different techniques and to keep it all looking a bit different, because they're all different colours. I feel like they should all look different, use different techniques. I mean, if this ribbon was a fabric like cotton rather than this bit will be darker under here though. It won't shine if it's not silk or satin, is what I'm trying to say. So not doing a shine on it might make more sense. See, I've just layered this up more under here so it's a bit darker. You know, in some things you use to wrap tie up presents, they might be like what's the word, like straw type stuff. I want to say raffia or taffeta. No, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, straw type, then definitely not shiny. But what I did forget to do on this one and this one, that I'm going to do on this one as well, is use my midnight to do a little bit of shadows. I'm just going to do it on these. Now don't do it on the candy canes, because remember they're printed on the paper, but this ribbon might just need a tad. The same on here. I'm just going to put a little bit here. Just gives it a bit of life, maybe that's the right word. I'm going to go under there now and put a little bit in there. It sort of emphasises that 3D-ness, because that's a word. It's a word now. I say so. Unfortunately, I am not the curator of the Oxford English Dictionary, so I don't make those rules. Now on the left hand side of this curly ribbon I've missed a bit, so I'm just going to grab my maiden pink and just go over it a little bit. Just here, look. You may have noticed, you may not have noticed. Now if you're using white, you need to make sure that you've got quite a good intense layer of colour underneath it, which is why I'm just going back over this a little bit. You might decide you'd rather use a silver or a silver glitter. I would think those would look very pretty, but I'm also of the thinking that if I use oh, just trying to find my white pen. If I use glitter on one, I'd probably need to use it on all of them. So I'm just going to go over these in white. You do a fairly steady hand, unfortunately, which isn't my forte. I'm just going to do the best that I can. I tend not to worry too much about completely blocking out the black. There's sometimes the white makes things less clear, so the black can help it a little bit. I was just on Facebook just before I came on to record, and just going to scribble. That's not. A Christmas shop has opened up in town. It said we're back, and I wasn't even aware we'd ever had one before. It's quite funny. Right, here we go. This one I'm going to go back to a red, I think, on this one. Red ribbon, red background, red ribbon. So this is my blood red. So I had a little TikTok video showing you around the shop. So basically it's they had loose sheets of wrapping paper, which I've never find anywhere except for, you know, about £2.50 a sheet from a really posh shop. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. But whether it's the really expensive stuff or not, I do not know. Then they had, I'm going to my Zephyr blue for this one, sort of Christmas tree decorations. I don't need any of those. I've got my Christmas tree decorations are really special. They're all mixed. There's lots of different ones, and they all mean something different to me. Someone's given them to me, or I bought them at a particular place on a particular occasion, or someone made them, or the children made them, or whatever it was. They're all really special, so you know they're lovely. And anyway, so I don't need those. But what else was there? Gift bags, big gift bags, which I thought looked quite useful. But I've got so many gift bags, but they're all silly shapes and sizes. So yeah, anyway. There we go. And again with the white pen, my eyes itching now, so I've got to stop. But I thought I would go in and have a nosy. It's always nice to look in those sorts of shops, I think. There is a place, oh, it's quite a long way away from here. I don't go there. My mum goes there a lot. She really likes the particular town. I think that's the only one. It's a reverse of that, isn't it? So yeah, that would be the only one. And they have a Christmas shop, as I say, open all year round. Now I'm going to, I feel like we haven't used every colour yet. We haven't used orange. I'm not sure whether I want to use orange though. I think I'll do a green background for this one, the sapphire. Anyway, so she's got this Christmas shop, but the one that we've got in our town looks like a budget one, you know, cheap things. As I said, I'll go and have a look at some point. It's in the shopping centre, so I don't know where, but I'll find it. But the one in this other town, it's all really expensive, you know, really lovely expensive snow globes and things like that, you know, lovely things. So it's I always go in there when I'm at that town. I don't know when the last time was. I went, I think the children were 5. We went, was it their birthday or was it their 4th birthday? Can't remember, because the town has a couple of tourist attractions for kids, so we sort of went there so they could enjoy them, which I think they did. It was a long day though, we did quite a lot of different things. But anyway, that was that. Now I'm going to use the yellowy colour, the gold dust, for the spots. But yes, I'm going to go and explore. I like all Christmassy things anyway. But I think our town Christmas lights are being switched. They're on now. When it gets dark, the lights are on. So my son told me. I'm not usually out after dark. But the official evening, we don't have a light switch on as such because is the blood red. I'm going to do a shine like I did on the purple one for this one. Oh, it's got a red ribbon there. Never mind. Yes, so the official ceremony, they don't put the lights on anymore. They're just on. But they have like an evening where all the shops are open late, and well, all the small shops. Actually, even the big chains used to have that many big chains. And they have sort of entertainment. There's a fun fair and a procession, lantern procession. All the local primary schools get involved in making lanterns, and they put little battery operated lights in them and things, and different bands and music and things. And there are craft fairs and things. And my phone's ringing. Oh, I am back now. My mum was on the phone. I'm just gonna get rid of some of that white. It's a bit too much. There we go. And then use the black. Oops. Doesn't want to be picked up. The midnight for some shadows. She didn't catch me for long because she was waiting for my niece to go round. So, ooh, should have kept that a bit close to the ribbon really, but never mind. Yeah, so she just called me quickly to tell me that that the doc was happy with her blood test results. So that was nice. I had been wondering about that, but I didn't like to worry her to think that I'd been thinking about it, in how it is. But it was nice to know. Now I've got a little bit of random ribbon here. I'm going to do that in the amethyst. Why not? Just colour it in. I think we need a few different shades of green, maybe a few different shades of yellow, and that sort of thing. So I'm going to grab a different green. Let me look on my chart. What do I like? I like the venom. What have we got here? We've got the sapphire. I want something that isn't exactly like that. It's quite close actually. Ish. Something a bit more in between. I think I will go for the venom actually. I just like it. I'm trying to find it though. I found it on my there it is. Oh, it's another little one, that's why I couldn't find it. And I'm going to do some of the stripes on this one with this. It's going to need sharpening. I think it is in between. It's not as light as this one. It's not as dark as the other green that I use on this one actually. You'll be able to see it. That's a bit tricky, isn't it? Now we haven't done very much in the first part of the video before the phone rang, and I was going for quite a while, so I think this page is going to take quite some time to finish, which it could be quite a lot of videos and quite long, because I noted when the phone rang that I'd already done. I'm going to do a yellow tone in there that I'd already done about 29 minutes. That's quite long anyway. I'm going to do a yellow that isn't so gold. I'm thinking the lemonade. Here we go. Lemonade. And then I'm going to do a dark green ribbon. Oh, this one's got a label. Something we haven't had to do before. Right, but we're concentrating on this one first. Now the dark green, which was the fang green. I think I'll do a shadow on this one. I think it'll work. It's quite a different shade of green, isn't it? A bit darker in there. So just layer it up a little bit. A bit lighter here. Yeah, she'd invited my niece for lunch. My niece had said 1:30 and it was 1:45 before they got there. But anyway, never mind. This one, I think we need to go for some pinks again. I want a bit of a paler pink. This one is quite vibrant, isn't it? And I know I said I was going to limit my colours, and I will, but I still think I need a few different colours. I'm going to go for the hot pink. Now, to me, a hot pink, that is a hot pink, but this hot pink, you can see it's nice and pale and subtle. That's what I'm going to use for this one. I didn't do any black on that one. I shall do some in a minute. Now I always like my gift tag to match my present. Don't always manage it, but I do like that. I think the maiden pink will work for the ribbon. I'm going to fade it in the middle a bit. But for these, I'm just going to block it in. I don't know why. That's just how I feel I want to do it. Now the gift tag, we use the deep purple, but lightly. I don't want it too dark. There we go. And I'm going to grab the black again. Whoops. And we'll put some shadow here, either side of this bit of ribbon. Also do it on this one because I've forgotten. There we go. Now our next one has leaves. Look, I am going to do I want to do the background in this, the gold dust. I think I'll do the leaves first though, it might be a little bit easier. What have we got? I'm going to use the sapphire for the leaves. Is that what we use there? No, that's no. Different green. That's the plan. Seems to be 3 leaves here coming out from under the bow. There we go. I'm trying to work out what that is. I'm going to look on enough. I think it's a bit of vine. So I'm just going to ignore it. We'll colour over it in a minute with our yellow. You'll see why I'm doing this first in a minute. Because I'm going to grab my gold dust and I'm going to colour over everything, including the leaves that I've already coloured. Yes, it will change their colour. No, I don't mind. And it will make this a lot easier. There we go. See, and my mum's had quite a few tests lately because she falls asleep a lot. And so the doc gave her a batch of tests just to see whether there was anything going on, you know. But he hasn't seemed to have found anything wrong, which in a way it's nice not to have anything wrong. But on the other hand, it's nice to know why, you know, why is it acting like that. I'm trying to find a deeper red. I don't think we got a deeper red out. I'm looking, some of them are a little bit too pinky. I'm just going to grab it and look. These are really dark reds, so that is purple. The brown bug is quite good. I think, yeah, I'm going to use the brown bug. Is that it there? No. Here it is. I'm going to use that for this ribbon. Just want a slightly different shade. I know I said, oh, I'm going to limit my colours. I am. Honest. Now I've got to make a decision because this next pastel is the same as one we already did. And do you remember I said, oh, I'm not going to do them the same? Well, now I'm wondering whether I should, because there's so much video here to record that if I say, oh, it'll just be the same, I don't have to show you how to do it. But I'm in a bit of a quandary, as you can tell, as to quite what to do. Here is my midnight. shade shadow around. It just helps everything to stand out a bit more. There we go. I think I will do it differently. So here we are. We'll go pink and purple. We'll use this little hot pink that we used already for the pale stripes, the ones without the dots in. And then we'll use the amethyst for the other stripe to mix up the colours a little bit. And then the ribbon we could do in the dark blue. Where is it? Or we could do it. Let's do it in the dark purple in the space. I like this colour. I'm just trying to layer it up a little bit and then use my black. Where did I put it? There. I should put it separately because I use it all the time. Just around the ribbon. Like that. Now I'm going to do this one and this one, I think, and then leave it for today. This is a full one. Of course we've done this one like it, we've done another one a bit like it too. I think I'm going to use some reds here because we haven't got many reds. So I'm going to start with the blood red and do some stripes with this. My stomach's gurgling. I was already thinking about what to cook for tea just now. I just had lunch. I'm going to use the brown bug, the other stripe. It's a bit fiddly. And the bow, I was going to do it in a yellow. We could do it in the light yellow, actually, in the lemonade. Let's do that. Now you can't make bits darker with the lemonade, but I can use my midnight to just darken a few bits. So in the bow here. And then around the edge a bit harder. If you're putting black on top of the yellow, you need to be quite gentle with it. There we go. And then this one. Now we've got stars on here, but they don't have to be yellow like we did on the first one that we did like it. We can do stars any colour really. I'm going to go for blue. I know we had a blue one before. We had blue box and yellow stars. I'm going to do zephyr blue stars, which was the colour we did for the ribbon before. So mix it up a bit. Might need to sharpen. I do. I'm hoping that I can sort of speed things up a little bit, because or else it's going to be a lot of videos. But also, as I'm getting more used to colouring these shapes, because you know a lot of it is repeated now, that will help me. And also different colour combos that I get used to. I was tempted to do a blue background, but our other one's blue, so I think I need to make it different. If I'm going to make them different, they all need to be different, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to do a background colour in It's really got to be yellow or light purple or pink. I think I'm going to do the light yellow. I know we've only just used it on there, but it doesn't matter. I'm trying to build it up a little bit, layer it up so that I'm trying not to leave any little white gaps. I find it really difficult to not do that, and because you are seeing this potentially on a huge screen really close, you'll notice all the places that I have missed, but I can't actually see them myself. So it's not necessarily that I'm not taking care, I'm trying, but I just can't see. So I don't know whether there's some sort of technique that people use, whether they use magnifying lenses or what it is, or if their eyesight is just very much better than mine, but I always seem to miss bits and other people somehow don't. But that's just the way it is. I'd quite like to do a red ribbon, but we've got red and yellow here, so I feel like I've got to go to a different colour. And I'm wondering about my blue, or I could even go green. Oh, I was just having a yawn while I think. I'm going to do my black shadows while I'm thinking, because I just can't decide. I really do think the red could be the way to go. I think purple won't quite pull the colours together as well. I find it really hard when this by the ring here to get accurate colouring accurate. I know. I'm going to try which one? The deep purple. Okay. As I say, I find it really hard colouring here near the ring. Now, I was also just thinking about the background for this page. I had thought before that black would be nice, but it's not very Christmassy, is it? So I did then wonder about doing a sort of glitter or metallic pen across the whole background. That would be very Christmassy. And although it might feel like a big background, there isn't that much really, because there's so many presents. So that could be a way, but it's very likely that I won't do one at all. But I will see how I feel. I'm just going to draw that shadow in with this pencil, because I'm not colouring with it particularly dark, because I want to make that centre bit look like it's dipped in a bit. Okay, I am going to make that do for today. I think we've done rather a lot, to be honest, of time. Not a lot of presents, a lot of time. There we go. So that's all we've done so far. But as I say, I'm hoping that it will become a bit easier, although we're still not massively repeating on the next row. But I'm going to try and speed it up a little bit somehow. Some of them look quite simple, actually. But anyway, thank you for watching today. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, and happy colouring.